We are so happy to welcome back our good friend Brendan Sweeney from the French Lick Resort. Brendan, great to have you back. How's things going with you, bud?
I tell you what, life is great. We work all year to get to this part of the year in the golf world, and we're deep in the middle of it right now. We got a great crew working down at French Lick, and had a great first half of the summer, and we're looking forward to even second half of 23 in the golf world.
Yeah, I mean, you know how much we love French Lick. We love to go down there. Love the Donald Ross course, love the Pete Dye course, the Valley Links, all the practice facility. But on top of that, you've got two casinos, two world-class hotels, spas, just everything you can possibly imagine down there.
Actually, we have three hotels and one casino and 45 holes of golf. It's awesome.
Uh,
Yeah, great. We had a little challenge of the West Baden Springs Hotel. We had a hell of a storm that came through, a hailstorm that since 1845 nothing has really hit this hard before. And the golf course, the Pete Dye course, the storm went over the top of that and landed right on top of the West Baden Springs Hotel. Luckily, no one was hurt, but there was some good damage up on the glass roof. There was actually chicken wire inside of the window panes and saved it from coming down. But it's all shored up now. The atrium's getting ready to open up in about a couple days, but the hotel is fully functional. So that accompanied with the senior women's LPGA that was just at Sultan's Run. It's been a very exciting year, and we're getting ready for the Epsom Tour that's coming up at the beginning of August.
Yeah, that's what we kind of want to talk today about a little bit. The French Lick Charity Classic, which is a stop on the Epsom Tour, which you have been hosting for several years. It's to be held August 4th through the 7th, 4 rounds. And it's when you signed up to do this with the Epsom Tour a few years ago, it was the largest purse on the Epsom Tour, $335,000. Now there's one slightly higher at 375, but you guys still the winner of this gets $50,000, so it puts them well on their way to get their tour card for the LPGA Tour next year.
Yeah, we're actually up to 350 grand for it. And oddly enough, if you look at the talent pool of what's out there, there are currently 20 ladies that play on the Epsom Tour that were just out at Pebble Beach playing in the U.S. Women's Open, not brainwashed. And so there's a total of 50 young ladies that played on the Epsom Tour, that played at French Lick, that played out at Pebble. And Angela Sanford, actually, she played at Sultan's Run, wound up winning. She beat Trish Johnson with 2 holes to play. She left Jasper, Indiana, and jumped on a plane, went right out to Malibu. So it was pretty exciting for her, pretty exciting for us. Everybody is involved with the tour, not only our staff but all of our volunteers and the locals in town. They really appreciate these ladies coming through, and we're really looking forward to a good show coming up in a couple weeks.
So you've been doing this for a while, but and it's great. The young ladies come in and they play, and they're trying to get to the LBJ Tour, and like you say, they're tremendously talented. A lot of fun to watch. We've gotten to know several over the years from playing there and seeing them around. But really, the big winner in this thing is the charity that this event supports, the Riley Children's Hospital.
Yeah, the Riley's Hospital for Children is based in Indianapolis. There's 92 counties in the state of Indiana, and there's over 300,000 kids a year cross over that threshold at the hospital. It's unbelievable. We've been dealing with Riley for about 11 years with the Legends Championship that became the Senior LPGA that turned into the Epsom Tour event. And it's great. You see these kids, we had like a parade of the kids during the pro-am. They're throwing high fives when they're taking off. And 2 kids that really come to mind are Braden and BJ. And when we first met them, they were 7 and 8 years old. And now they're like 19 and 20. And they're like young adults. And you look at the kids and they just live their lives. They're both in wheelchairs. They're both striving in college. They're just doing wonderful things. And it's a great thing as a dad. I'm very blessed to have three wonderful children, healthy children. And sometimes I get bummed out about just little stupid things. And if you look at these children, what they go through on a daily basis, it's nothing compared to what they do. And they look at life as a positive thing. And with that being said, we have a great auction that we started last week. It's online. And this year we have a really, 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 really cool prize that only 5,000 of these were ever made. A signed Babe Ruth baseball is now going to be in our auction. Opening bids, 38 grand. We have it on consignment. So we'll hopefully make some money out of it and get into a bidding war on it. But there's some really cool things if you go to our website and just type in, the auction's right there. You can't miss it. So it's great. And the fulfillment of it all, at the end of the day, we really are doing it for kids. We don't spend the money to host a golf tournament just to give money away. We host a golf tournament to raise money for other things. So that's our goal, and that's our dream of keeping it going. And it would be great to like say that, some of our funds have gone to help people, but mostly the families that are involved with it. That's our satisfaction of really hosting one of these events.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And I know every year you raise a nice chunk of change for the Riley Children's Hospital. And they can find that at FrenchLick.com. Is that FrenchLickResort.com?
Yeah, on the splash page, there's a thing that says auction for the Epson Tour.
Fantastic. So we hope everybody goes and does that. So another thing I want to mention, that during the week of the Epson Tour event,
Sorry.
you not only have the tournament going on and pro-ams and all this stuff, you have a kids clinic on the Valley Links on Tuesday.
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. There's 2,500 people in between the two towns of French Lick and West Baden. And I would have to say, pound for pound, we probably got the best junior program, not only in the state of Indiana, I'd put it across the United States. Dave Harner is our director of golf. He's been there for over 45 years. He's raised generations of golfers. Now we have a younger staff, Casey and Justin, and our interns. They put on these clinics, and we get pros from all around Southern Indiana that come in, and they give these coaching clinics, as well as the players from the Epson Tour. We have like 5 or 6 ladies that come out, and they really interact, and they're not that far removed from that. Most of these young ladies are in their early 20s, and if you go back 10 years, which is nothing in our age, they were in the same position. They always had someone to mentor or look up to, and over the years, they've kept in contact with some of these ladies, and we've had some great opportunities with the junior program on not only developing young golfers as athletes, but young golfers as people who could communicate with others through the game of golf.
Well, and we know that the largest growing and fastest growing segment in golf is juniors and women. And so you're touching both of these things with the Epson Tour. You're providing a place for young women to ply their trade and hopefully make it to the LPGA. And you're also providing things for kids through charity to the hospital, through the kids clinics and all the junior golf programs that you do all year long. And so French Lick is really committed to the golf in general and to women's golf in general.
Yeah, I don't know of too many other places over the past, 15 years that have hosted more ladies championships. We've hosted 3 Big Ten ladies championships in 12, 13, 14. We have a couple other college tournaments, 4 Legends tournaments, 4 senior LPGA tournaments. I think this is our 5th Epson Tour event. So as far as professional tournaments are concerned, I don't really think too many other people have hosted, or too many other places have hosted ladies tournaments like we have. And unfortunately, at the end of this year, we're going to close the chapter on that book for now in the short term. And starting next year, the Pete Dye Golf Course will now be the host site of the Korn Ferry Championships presented by United Leasing out of Evansville, Indiana. So we have a 5-year deal with the Korn Ferry Tour. paving the way for the younger and a lot older PGA Tour players that are coming to be.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's been great seeing the young women in the Sumatra Tour and the Epsom Tour, but to get the guys that are trying to make it to the PGA Tour, and this is, I mean, this is their penultimate ultimate event. I mean, it's just as soon as if you win that, boom, you got your, if you're in the top 25, you get your card, you move right up to the big lights and the big checks of the PGA Tour the next year. So so it's a big deal. We're really looking forward to that. Brendan, anything else you want to touch base on before we let you go today?
Yeah, we had a really cool experience over the July. So we have a young professional internship program. We get kids from all across the country. We have a local guy. Well, local to me, I grew up in Chicago. He's from Palos. His name's Nick Cacaro, and he was talking to his girlfriend. Well, fast forward back to second week of June. I received a phone call from Doug Bell up at American Dunes up in Michigan. And he goes, "Hey, can you do me a favor? Lieutenant Colonel Dan Rooney from the Folds of Honor is going to be speaking at an engagement at French Lick on Monday morning. He's flying into the airport. Can he play golf at the die course teeing off around 6 o'clock?" And we always require a caddy to go along. And Nick was in the pro shop, and he was more than happy to go out and caddy for him. They get out to the range, and Lieutenant Colonel Rooney goes, "Why don't you just go get your sticks and we'll play together?" So they wind up playing together. Nick shot lights out. He did great, and learned a story of the Folds of Honor, which he's never really heard of before. And for those of you who don't know what the Folds of Honor is, it's a scholarship foundation for kids of fallen members of the service, whether they pass away or wounded or whatever, to give college scholarships. And as of 2009, when I was started with them, they've raised over $70 million for veterans' families for college scholarships. Nick got a hold of this, and he goes to Trine University. He's on the golf team there. And his girlfriend said, "Why don't you play 247 holes as the 247th birthday of the United States in one day?" And his goal was to play 100. So then he changed it around a little bit and said, "You know what? I'll do this for the Folds of Honor. It's on the 4th of July." He teed off at 6 o'clock in the morning at the die course at 6,700 yards. And 14 hours and 8 minutes later, he finished. It was 13.7 rounds of golf at the die course. And he had 25 birdies, an eagle. Lowest round was 68. Highest round was 77.
Yeah, that's a fantastic. I can't play 13 rounds of golf in a month anymore, so that's pretty good.
I can't play 13 holes at the die. I normally wind up losing golf balls, but we were really proud of him.
77 on the front nine, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. But what a great kid! What a great story! And to have, he's so humble about it. And my job's to jack everything up. So within hours of hearing about it, I had all over the place. So yeah, he's a good kid. So we're trying to find him a good gig for next year. So I'm going to get a hold of Doug Bell up at American Heritage and American Dunes, I should say, try to squeeze him for another summer internship job up there.
Fantastic. Hey, we've been talking with Brendan Sweeney from French Lick Resort. As everybody knows, we love French Lick. It's one of our favorite places. They're going to be hosting the Epsom Tour for the French Lick Charity Classic August 4th through 7th. Tickets are still available on the die course. If you haven't seen the die course, it's worth it just to go see the golf course. It's a fantastic location. Sits up on top of Mount Airy, one of the tallest peaks in Indiana. You can see forever up there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Pete Dye did a fantastic job laying that out. Brendan, thanks so much for coming on and talking to us a little bit and talking about the French Lick Charity Classic.
Great. Hey, one more thing. Next May is the PGA Championship in Valhalla in Louisville, Kentucky. It's an hour away. Also next year, it's the 100-year anniversary of Walter Hagen's victory of the PGA Championship at the Donald Ross course in French Lick. So we're pushing that thing. If you guys have buddy trips that are coming up, start booking your trips now for 24 because they're going to fill up fast. I mean, our weekends now are pretty much jammed up through the end of the year. So if you want a great trip for next year, now's the time to start doing it. You can find it at our website.
Words of wisdom from French Lick and Brendan Sweeney. Brendan, thanks a lot, buddy.
Cheers, Fred. Thank you, Bell.